guys. Quick stream lang. Tagal ko nang di nag-stream eh. There you go.
Hello.
Morning!
Good morning.
Wala pa si Ken?
Wala eh. Hindi yata online eh.
Oo, wala. Baka hindi pa nakaka-uwi from work.
Baka. Wait.
Hindi ko pa nagagawa yung dalawang bagong trial.
Na ano mo ba na 100% mo yung ano,
Just
yung healing
standing
trial?
around.
Alin,
How
sorry?
absurd.
Yung 100% may healing trial.
Gaming, ano? Hindi pa.
Healing trial.
Hindi pa.
And with that,
Kasi hindi ko, wala pa ako doon, ano, dalawa pa yung wala akong ano doon, yung hindi ko pa nakukuha.
Yung sa healing, isa lang yata yung kulang ko. Yung magbe-break ng shield ba yun?
Kasi yung sa akin, yung kasama yung kailangan mo tapusin within 6 minutes.
Nagawa ko naman yun. Healing trial. Kulang ko ay use elemental burst to defeat 10 opponents in healing trial. Yung 10.
Yung 10,
Oo, 5 lang nagawa ko. Tapos, sa unang trial, yung plunging, tapos ko naman lahat yan.
Plunging, tapos ko din yun.
Kasi ang nagagamit mo lang, yung talagang si Albedo, si Kiching, si Mona.
Yes.
Dahil lang sila, sabi ko, di mo lang nagbabago yung roster.
Yes. Kaya nga din kaya din hirap ako Tapos hindi pa build yung hindi pa ayos yung build ng mga characters.
Oo nga eh. Hindi nga ayos eh. Pero in fairness yung optimal yung pagkaka-setup nila. Hindi lang yung super optimized na talagang ano ka ng big damage. Pero optimal for like a beginner.
Yeah.
Ayun. So,
listen, let me tell you how it is.
gagamit okay, 160 ako. Saan tayo muna?
Anywhere.
Okay, sige. Punta ako dyan.
Nasa may Wolvendom ako eh, so I guess this will be Doggo.
Okay. Go.
Nag-run ako kahapon ng ano to? Talent mats saka weapon mats.
Ako talent mats lang kahapon eh. Kaya lang problema ko 'di ba nga, pinakita ko sa'yo, wala akong sungay. Kailangan ko ng sungay.
Hindi kasi pinapa-level ko yung Snow Tomb. Currently at level 6 pa lang naman yung talent ni Eula sa akin. So
Actually,
hindi pa kailangan ng sungay.
Oo nga eh, kailangan ko pa rin pala yung
Kasi okay yung prototype. Pero parang mas okay kasi yung tomb.
RK ko kasi is R3 kaya sakto lang siya. Yung
R3
R1. So ako kapag in-art ko.
R3 din naman yung R3 din yung archaic ko pero
Mas maganda talaga yung tomb?
Oo, kasi physical damage yun eh. Pero ewan, who knows. Level 80 lang din kasi archaic ko eh.
Sa akin kasi mas malakas si archaic dahil siguro dahil level 90 siya.
Tapos si tomb ay level 70 plus lang yun sa akin. Change lang ako to Kuching. Artifact. Tama ba ito? Yeah, tama ito.
I still have a lot to do at the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
Okay. Ayan.
Lego.
mercy. Speed of light.
Retribution!
Ay, mali. Tumalon. Ay, hindi naman pa. Kaya nga. Ayun, tumakot siya. The doggo's running.
Ah?
Tiyamaan ka.
Tama pa din ako.
Weird.
Ako nga ako ah. Hello po sa 2 viewers. Good morning. Tansya na po ang aming kaingayan.
Nagising sila dahil sa ingin natin.
Oh shit.
Hindi wala. Well, may pasok ko ba ngayon?
Eye for an eye.
Mamaya pa.
More speed.
Ah, okay.
Blood of frost. Nowhere to hide. Shudder. Beg for mercy.
Uy, 68! Ito mo?
Hindi ko napansin. Hindi ko nakakita na nag-Eula ka.
Nakayula ako 68. Nice.
Ikaw na.
Beg for mercy.
Ikaw na. Wait for my Eula.
Yes! Let's do you lang on the way, dude.
Wait for my Eula.
I will.
Currently level ano
There you
pala
go.
Level 72 pa lang yung Eula ko eh.
I-try kong i-capture yun mamaya sa recording ito. Not
Well,
bad.
naka-stream ka naman. So, you
Oo
can
nga.
just,
I-select
you
ko
can
na
just
lang.
stream it. Oo.
Uy! Weird. Naglabas siya ng Retiva Topaz Gemstone. Bakit? Hindi naman siya Geo.
Actually, meron din sa akin.
Ba't
Saka,
ganun?
yung Agnidos yung sa Pyro.
Ba't siya nagpigi nun? Weird. Uy, ganda lang plume na to ah.
Tapos
HP,
dalawang
crit rate,
bloom.
at attack percentage.
Ako, attack percentage, EMER.
Mhm.
So, good na din. Nice na.
Okay.
Okay.
Next.
Let's go for next. So, I think Ishida.
Ishida ha, pinakamalapit. Nasaan na siya? Ayun. Hindi pala si Ishida yun. Oo nga, nito.
Switching.
Last week wala pa rin ako nakuhang
Wala din ako nakuhang prototype last week.
Wala eh. Ayan si Kenny, napa level 19 yung nayula nyo. Akin, 90 na, Ken. Asang ka na?
Akin level 72 lang.
Asang ka na? Mag-login ka na. Ang totoo sa'yo. Ay, putik. Sorry.
Electro Hydro?
Hydro. Uy, pwede.
Hydro pa to, Cryo.
Hydro yan.
Hydro. Sige. Let's go.
Uy, Ken,
Ulitin.
asang ka na? Pumunta ka na.
Ulitin na lang natin pag online ni Ken.
Oo nga.
Also, maghahunt ka ba ng Pale Flame ngayon?
Yeah, sure. Oo, kailangan ko. Kasi ang pangit pa rin ng pale ko.
Isa pa lang yung ayos na Pale Flame ko. Well, 50-50. Hindi siya sobrang okay. Pero,
Well, akin hindi pa sobrang okay, pero kita mo
usable.
naman.
At least usable.
Yes, usable. Totoo.
I mean, matagal naman talagang mag-hunt ng artifacts.
Pero alam mo na, kinompare ko talaga si Diluc, si tsaka yung mga DPS ko. Ang bilis bumawas nito si Eula, sobra.
Di ba? Ang bilis ng attack niya eh. Ang bilis ng attack
Ang
sequence
bilis
niya.
niyang pumatay ng Healy.
Tapos, napansin mo ba yun? Merong
Shudder.
parang issue yung attack sequence niya. Uy, umalis siya sa gitna. Hindi connected yung first saka second attack niya.
Oh, talaga ba? Hindi ko napapansin. O, teka lang, magano ako. Try natin
Freeze to the
PH lahat damage.
Yo.
Eye for an
Ano
eye.
kung ano mo
Halos nabubuo ko. Ay! Lumayo siya, hindi ko nagamit.
Lumayo.
Halos
Nag-ano siya,
nabubuo ko na yung ano eh, yung
yung sword.
ada niya. Oh.
Oo. Naging parang Primo Bishop siya bigla.
Ba't nga siya naglululubog ngayon?
Hindi na siya tumigil sa gitna.
Weird.
Well, which is okay.
Nag-iba yung attack pattern nila ako.
Baka binago din. Kasi masyado naman talagang madali pag nasa gitna lang.
Oh shit. Ah,
Oh, wait.
Leo. Busog na agad si Dino.
Ah.
Ano ba yan? O diba hide?
Ang problema lang sa mga bosses, hindi na freeze no?
More
Oo,
speed.
hindi.
More speed.
Kahit na hydro yung ano nila.
Shudder. Yeah. Huh? Crush. My
Is
contract
patay si
goes
Ganyu.
unfulfilled.
Whoop!
Good grief.
Good grief. Oh, what the? Mayroong umiikot na ano?
Oo, meron nga.
Weird. Iba yung nag-iba talaga yung pattern niya.
Tapos merong nag-i-stay na status na nadadamage ka pa rin.
Oo
Kahit
nga
walang
eh.
tumatama sa'yo. Hirap siya ngayon, which is good.
Oo, nag-iba yung pattern niya. Masaya to. Oh, what? No.
Yun,
Naku,
Ken.
makapag-heal.
Wala kusog si Ganyu eh.
Oh, akin din, busog din eh. Kahit si ano busog oh.
Oh.
Beg for mercy.
Ah, lumubog na naman si Loco.
Level 90 na ba si ano mo? Si Eula mo?
Hindi ko na na-build eh. Naghanap lang ako ng artifacts. Nag-search, ang tawag na? Nag-farm ako ng pale flame, naghahanap kasi ako ng
No.
head, ang tawag na? Yung crown na crit damage.
Uy,
Crit lang nakukuha ko eh.
At ito nung nag-chat ka pala nung alas 11, tulog na ako noon. Hindi na replyan. Sabi niya pa ako sa Serenity, hindi na. Shit, tulog ako.
Ayan. Hindi, may pinuntahan ako iba na may Serenity pot. Di ba may
Gawa
achievement
nung
na bumili ka sa ibang
Gawa nung yung merchant.
Oo, yung sabi ito, yung
Si Chubby.
si Chloe.
Si Tubby saka si Chubby.
lalagyan ka na ba, Ken?
Ah, shit. Patay ako
Para
pareho.
yun pala.
Sige. Waitin na lang natin ito pag
Ang nangyari niya kay Asia kasi nag-ano ako.
Nag-iba yung pattern niya, dude. Sobra.
Iba na yung pattern niya.
Sobra nag-iba yung pattern niya. Nakaalis na siya sa gitna.
Ayun na, sabi niya.
Nag-ano siya. Nag-alap remove shop. Remove GV shop.
Okay. Di ba dapat lumilipat naman siya talaga ng pulis?
O kasi
ganun.
huli, di ba? Parang sa gitna lang siya nag-i-stay.
Parang around 2 weeks na ganun lang yung attack pattern niya na nasa gitna lang.
Stuck lang.
Oo. Baka inayos na nila yung
At least
AI.
mas ano.
May continuous damage ako. Walang nga. Ay.
Yes, may continuous damage nga.
Holy
I'll
ho.
be back.
I'm dead. Both dead.
Di ba? Hydro saka electro na continuous damage.
Oo. Uy, ikaw buhay ka pa? Hindi na ba?
Hindi, patay na din.
Okay, abandon.
Abandon tayo.
Sakit! Nag-iba yung pattern niya.
Open na nga pala yung last two na dungeons ng Misty
Ah, bukas na ba?
Boss,
Yung
diba?
dalawang dungeon.
Akala ko 2 days pa yun.
Kahapon pa bukas yung dalawa.
Yung healing tsaka melee
Hindi,
kahapon.
yung melee saka ranged.
Range
Kahapon
ba
pa
isa?
bukas yun.
Ayun.
Kahapon
Oo
pa
nga
bukas.
pala. Sorry.
Then,
Dapat
bukas
kasi
yung
elemental
shield
at
saka
saka
elemental.
Oo.
Teka lang, heal lang ako.
Bukas yung shield saka elemental.
Mamaya natin gawin. Ano ba, pwede bang co-op yun?
Nakuha ko lahat ng Ay, hindi ko sure.
Not sure. Not
Madali
sure.
lang yung ranged.
Yung isa
Sige,
sinasabi
basta
ko, hindi
may
pa
Mona
bukas.
ka.
Healed at, healed at elemental.
Shield
hindi
saka
pa bukas.
elemental.
Bukas pa yun.
Yung range, hindi ko pa natatry. Mamaya pa siguro.
May nakuha ko lahat ng lahat ng nasa checklist ng ranged eh. Ang magandang team doon si Mona, si Basta puro range nilagay ko dun eh.
Hindi ako
Ah.
marunong, hindi ko pa kasi, well, hindi pa ako marunong kay Mona.
Mm.
So, medyo
Actually,
pag yung ano,
hindi mo kailangan si yung ilabas lagi si Mona.
mm,
Ang ginamit ko kasi doon si Mona, si Beidou, si si Sucrose, sino pa ba yung isa hindi, si Sucrose tuloy. Si Mona, si Beidou, si Sucrose at saka si sino pa bang range na nandun? Na pwede ka pang basta dapat ibang element yung pang-apat. Kasi yung
bakit mo dinala si Beidou for ano, for
eto.
shield,
Hindi
for
lang yung
counter?
shield kasi yung yung ult niya i-infuse
Ah,
niya yung skill mo ng electro. Pag kasama mo si
oo,
Sucrose, may 3 element ngayon na nasa play habang puro lang gagawin mo. Puro elemental reactions ang
reaction.
gagawin mo.
Oh, talaga?
Mm,
Okay.
Tatlong klaseng swirl lang gagawin niya.
Ano pa lang ako eh. Hanggang healing pa lang ako.
wala, yung healing ko nga, hindi, meron, ano pa eh, dalawa pa yata yung hindi ko pa nakukuha.
Rack and ruin.
Natapos ko siya within 6 minutes. Ang problema ko doon, kulang daw yung healing ko. Kailangan ko
More
may
speed.
specific ka na amount para i-heal. Para
Mm,
Oh,
magawa mo
yung,
isang
yung
achievement.
50 o 500 ba? Natapos ko naman yun. Ang kulang ko doon yung shield. Hindi ako nakapagbasag ng shield na madami.
More speed.
Kung
Crush.
Primus lang naman habol mo, tapusin mo lang yung normal.
Oo.
Mas may achievement para makuha mo
Good
lahat.
grief.
Ayun, nakalagi na ako.
Wait lang,
Sige.
wait lang.
pinapatay pa namin si Ajda ha.
Tumba ako ng tumba, nakakainin.
Nagano na nga ako eh, yung hydro resistance na 25%.
Beg for
Pero
mercy.
kasi ano, meron na siyang field effect ngayon. Nakakainis.
Shudder.
Field effect.
Ah, patay na naman si Ganu.
Kaninong world pala to?
World ko.
Antayin ko kayo.
Grabe dire-diretso yung water damage sa akin, no? Kahit na ano.
Oo, dire-diretso nga. Pag natamaan ka nung parang yung orb, orb na ano, magkakaroon ka ng continuous damage. Eh, ang lakas,
eh.
ang lakas pa naman nung ano, nung continuous damage.
Oo, sobra.
Hindi basta natag ka eh. As long as natatag ka, magko-continuous damage ka lagi. Ano, 14? Yung physical.
My lyre is broken.
Isang physical damage, 14. Ayos ah.
Oh, fudge.
Oh,
What a sorry.
Ah, patay na naman ako.
busog si ano, Ganyu.
Konti na lang, tika lang.
Patay.
Pati na uli si
Ako.
Ganyu.
Patay. Konti na lang, kaya mo na yan.
Teka lang.
You can do it. I
Si
believe
Tilok
in
lang.
you.
Si Tilok lang natira.
Biglang nag-shoot up ang ang difficulty level ni Ishda.
Oo nga eh.
Hindi kung
Wow!
gumagalaw lang naman siya, hindi issue yung issue.
Wala, hindi kaya.
Continuous.
Namarkahan ako.
Sige, abandon tayo ulit. Game Ken,
Ken, talon ka na, talon.
join the fray.
Nagluto lang ng pritong manok sa saglit.
Ay. Sige, hilang kami.
Naubos ko nga pa yung manok ko kahapon kaya. Ito na yung party setup.
Walang iya. Ay. Ubos ang ano ko. Ubos
Oo nga
ang healing ano ko. Teka. Change ako doon sa kaunti lang. Ay hindi, sige okay
Ano
lang.
yung world ulit?
Sa akin,
Nakalimutan.
world ko.
Okay. Okay, warping.
Yeah.
Puta! Ito kasi kakaloka.
Saan gumakit? Si Hutaw. Ang kulit na ano.
Utaw.
Naubos na yata yung healing ng ano mo.
Oo, mukha nga.
Hindi na ako nag-heal eh.
Tingnan ko nga, well, sa iba.
Teka, sa Mondstadt.
Wala pa yung visual sa akin. Naka-black pa rin.
Alin,
Technically
alin?
kita ko kayo pero hindi, yung visual, wala pang lumalabas na yung screen sa akin. Technically nakikita ko kayong dalawa.
Mm.
Pero yung hindi ko nakikita yung character ko. Hindi pa nagla-load.
So, yun lang. Teka, Mondstadt. May healing ano pa ba sa Mondstadt?
Wala na rin yan.
Wala na rin, ubos na din.
Ubus na din. Hindi ako nag-heal eh.
Ayun lang, ubos
Yun,
na.
sige, manual tayo, putik. Ano ba yan?
Oh, hindi nga ako nag-heal.
Ayun yung
Ang bilis
gawin
niya
ko.
maubos ngayon, oh.
Warp kayo sa ibang mundo.
Oo.
Kayo maghanap ng mga Statue of the Seven.
Bakit? Anong nangyayari?
Hindi lang, kasi malamang yung isang world puno yung Statue of the Seven nila ng pang-heal.
Ah, well, true.
Oo, ito naman. Beneath the dragon color.
Maximize lang yung ano. Anong element ulit ito? Electro Hydro?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Ulit. Electro Hydro.
Dragon trees.
Let's go.
Sige. Let's
Sige,
go.
Geodaddy na nga lang ulit.
Uy, take note ah. Hindi ko alam kung napansin nyo. Si Eula, bouncy.
Actually,
Alang niya. Sabi ko, ano kaya? Kasi may nakita ako. Sabi, ang tag ito, Eula is buff. Sabi nga, pagtingin ko, ano ba sinasabi nitong buff?
iba yung
Tingin
buff.
ko, holy shit, yung
Iba yung buff
nagsasabi.
na tinutukan.
Tinry ko naman yung buff na yun. Sabi ko, ay, oo nga.
Wait. Noel ba ako?
It's moving.
Nakita niyo yung combination art ni Jean at saka ni Jean at saka ni Eula.
Hindi.
Kinombine yung art ni Jean at ni Eula. So technically, isa lang naman yung mukha nila eh.
Well, true. Oo.
Yung art style ay isa lang yung mukha nila. Pero kinombine yung damit nila. Yung lower half kay Eula, yung upper half kay Jean.
Ay,
Wala,
tsaka
hindi ko pa nakita yun.
Bukod dun sa thigh, yung thigh game niya, meron din siyang armpit game.
Oh.
Overstep your mortal authority!
BBC na pala ka.
Beg for mercy.
No, yung kay Richard Attenborough na show. Nakalimutan ko yung tawag sa hindi ko ang BBC sa National Geographic.
Shudder.
Yung war crime nung palaking maliit.
Eye for an eye.
Ano yan?
Hey bro,
Yung...
yung war crime. Ano yun?
Basta meron yun eh. Merong meme yun, di ba? Yung
mamaya.
ano yung meme yun? Ano yung sinasabi niya? Basta may meme yun, yung palakang yun.
Richard Attenborough.
You witness your reckoning!
Nakakuha na siya ng tubig.
Beg for mercy.
An angry frog.
Angry frog.
Sweet ko yung metro dun pala ka.
Yan na nga, natatakan na nga ako. Natatakan na ako. Dire-diretso, 800 ako ng 800.
Vision! The enraged earth will not absolve you!
Ayan, natatakan na naman ako.
siya nada-damage pag ano eh.
Oo, dire-diretso yung damage talaga.
Ash! Aray.
You stand upon your tomb, though you know
Napaka-squishy pa naman ni Tokomama.
At least less, ano na. Tawag dito, less than half ng buhay niya.
Shut up!
experience an eon of suffering.
Vengeance will be mine! Beg for mercy!
Tatawa ko rin.
Ay,
Yun yung naging silbi ni Eula.
Stabilize.
20k lang ako sa buntot.
Ewan ko, may
I'll be back!
nahuli ako.
Okay, kaya nyo na yan.
Natag ako.
Nadali ko.
Okay.
Last.
Honor guide me.
Ooh.
Boom.
lakas nung ni Zhongli na C6 eh. Hindi na pagkokonti ng ang buhay, biglang mag-shield tapos may heal ulit siya to full health.
Gilded scale binigay sa akin, hindi buntot.
Nakalimutan ko kung ano yung isang gold na nakuha ko. Nakuha ko yung dalawa. Artifact ata isa.
Di ba hindi naman buntot yung kailangan mo? Yung sungay yung kailangan mo, di ba?
Ay, oo nga pala, sungay. Sorry.
Although may
Pero
nakuha
sa-
ko sungay.
Salay pa din. Ano nakuha ko eh? Scale lang. Parang yung sa paa yata to.
Para kanina yung sungay.
Kayo lang.
Ayan,
Eula.
Ay, kay Eula na ba yun?
Kunti
Oo.
pa lang ang naiipon nating sungay. Kailan lang naman lumabas yung si ano eh.
Sa talents.
Ilang
Okay,
sungay,
okay.
ilang sungay ba yung kailangan?
Hindi ko sure eh. Di ba may ano ka?
3 sungay pa lang ako eh.
Ako, ubos na yung sungay na naipon ko eh.
Talent. Wala, level 6 pa lang kasi yung talent ni Eula eh. Again, I guess
Katulad
child?
kay Doggy at saka kay Child.
Okay, child.
Sige. Hindi pa naman kami tapos kay child.
Okay.
Ulitin lang natin ay kay Dogo.
Go.
Anong setup niyo na dun sa Pale Flame pala? Pale Flame lang yung build ko eh.
Dalawang
Na-
pale, dalawang blood.
Okay.
Ano to? Naka full set ako ng Pale Flame kaso isa pa lang yung ayos na Pale Flame ko.
Yung goblet mo. Cryo
Yung-
physical.
Physical yun sa akin.
Okay.
Goblet ko physical din.
Meron kasi ako ng pareho eh. Kaya iniisip ko kalin dun. Physical deal
Mag-ano
kasi
din
ako
kami, magpe-fail run din kami today. Uy, bakit ako lang napasok?
Teka, wala pala akong pang Pale Run ngayon.
Sige, tatapi ko na lang yung pang fail
Hey,
run.
ba't kuminatch?
Yan, may
Ayan.
pumasok na.
May pumasok tuloy. Wrong one.
Kick mo na lang, kick mo na lang.
Yeah, I will
It's
keep.
so nice to de-stress.
Bye, Kun!
Eh,
Pinipas.
pwede mag-exit tapos ano eh, apat lang.
Ba't ba match yung napindot ko kanina? Yun no,
Yan.
Eula oh.
Palit ako ng ano bang party niya? Palit ako ng ibang element. Saglit.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Bilisaya.
Where are those who share the memory?
Napanood niyo yung may compilation video ng mga yung idle animations nila na
Unity is quite hard to come by.
nagko-connect.
Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid
Hindi ko
option.
pa napanood yun.
I promise I'll be gentle.
Ang bilis, hindi ako sanay doon sa ano.
Sino to?
Beg for mercy!
Child, ito, saka si Benny.
For time. For
Yung
time.
scarflet ni ni Zhao.
Child.
Guess I should take a
Ulo si Ben.
Ang bilis nung lakad.
More speed! Shut up!
Gawa nung resonance.
Blaze over! We're way behind schedule.
Tignan natin kung nagbago yung
Beg for mercy!
power.
Gotcha.
May bigla nag-shoot.
Crush.
Oh, nawala.
Freeze to the core. Shudder. Rack and ruin.
Kitri lang.
More speed.
Oh, lakas pa rin. Considering na hindi pa naman build talaga.
Crush.
Kanina kay Dogo, no? Ang
That if I
lakas.
just
Ah, wala akong nakuhang ano. Bot
What?
plug.
Ako may isang bot lang. Isang bot.
Saka wala din prototype. Sana kay Lizard Boy.
Wala din.
Meron.
Wala ako kay Lizard Boy.
Hindi pa ako nagraran ng ano.
Backlog to. Nakalimutan ko sinong karakter gumagamit.
Hindi pa ako nagraran kay Divalin eh. Ah, ano ba ako?
Teka, tatalon pala tayo kay ano, no?
Ah, okay,
Ken.
Ken. 07.
May aso. Walang
Okay.
aso na yung disconnect. Ayan. Di-disconnect ko na lang sana sarili ko.
Hindi, kailangan ko din bumalik sa single player. One po ng... I mean, may 72 pa ako. Mali ko 60, magiging 130. 40 ang isang ano, sa tatlong piercing at most.
Hindi ko na click yung co-op request.
Ah, wait lang. Naghihilang ako.
Hindi, may nag-co-op request eh. Hindi ko nakita.
Oo, ako yun. Teka lang. Joy.
Ilang islands na pala kayo sa ano? Dito sa Serenity Path.
Dalawa.
Dalawa na yun sa akin.
Pero may laman na isang island.
Wala pa.
Meron akong ilang buildings doon.
Wala, nasa ano yun sa akin. Ay, nakita niyo yun, yung sa ano, yung gumawa nung parang Attack on Titan na ano, na lugar.
Seryoso? Ano, mataas na
Ah,
build? Ano, may wall?
may wall siya, tapos may parang kuweba. Tapos yung sa loob is matatas na buildings.
Talaga?
Ang kulit nung ano eh. Nakita ko lang.
Buti lang magpasa limit yun.
Yun nga eh. Hindi ko alam kung paano niya nagawa yun.
Oh, Shangling. Saan na ba yung binibuild na?
Ang sabi ni JJ, sabi ba sa opisina na ngayon mag-record ka agad? Kailangan mo. Ikaw kung mamaya
Tukacheng. Mag-ano nga pala ako ngayon. Mag-gather ako ng dandelions.
Wala yung... Nasaan kayo? Nawala na?
Len.
Alin?
Alam ko nawala kayo.
Saka ano lang ako, may meeting lang ako.
Okay.
Lang. BRB ako.
More speed.
Papunta na ako doon, Ken. Wait lang.
In lang ako nung ano. Daling ko lang sa Shincho, ewan ko. Tignan ko lang.
Si Shincho ka?
Lang yan, magigiyelo tayo doon. Hindi, doon ako magpapalit ng ano. Doon ako magpapalit ng karakter.
Ba't ganun? Wala na pala akong pagkain. Ito nakita ko.
Magkakaiba elements natin, no? So, para pang ano lang ng resistance. Ang bataas lang na resistance. Ano nga sa si Zhao.
Uy, naulan na sa loob ng Weird.
Tayo tayo dyan, lakas ng advantage niya.
Under the umbrella, or you'll get soaked. You can't risk catching a cold, because it might turn into something more serious. And if that happens, well, I can't go avenging my clan by picking on the sick now, can I?
Yan, parang mabilis na yung kumilos, dalawang ano yung
Aristocratic
nilagay ko.
etiquette is all just for show. Just
In
smile and nod
adventuring,
along.
as in business, you
I was
always have to
forced to
seize
learn
the
all of the
opportunity
rules
while
by
it's
heart.
there.
But even I don't take them that seriously.
Ang dami nila sinasabi umuulan kasi. Ay, tumigil na yung ulan.
Okay na. Yan.
Game.
Gamitin ko lang yung resonance.
More speed.
Walang cry damage ko sa'yo, pero mabilis ko lang yan.
Ayun. Yung malayo ka agad. Wee! Balik agad.
Beg for mercy.
What? Likot ng aso.
Speed up the pace.
Ay, nakita niyo yung video na may app, may 50 na pyro nito.
More speed.
May exploit kasi, pero nung ano lang siya nag-exploit nung... Ang tawag nun yung sa Dadaw pa bird, yung battlefield.
I condemn you.
Yung anong event yun? Yung may arena. Ang gagawin
More
niya,
speed.
pagkatapos mag-pyro needle, mag-exit siya ng arena. Babalik siya ulit dun sa arena.
Ako, pusog na si Eula. Pusog na
Shit,
si
naman.
Eula.
Ako rin eh.
The day is finally
Ano pa ako?
Seryoso si Xiao.
Sige saan?
Crush. Flood of frost. Shudder.
Ayun, haluan nyo na lang ng element.
Crush. Yes, I got my come up.
Matay pa ako.
Yun na. Doon, dali.
Sige, kaya niya yan.
Busog na ako kaagad.
Busog na nga din ako, kaya daw ako kapag-heal.
Visibility is excellent. If we head to higher ground,
Ah,
we
20
can do
ulit.
a full recon of...
Konti na lang. Mamamatay pa.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay, buhay na uli ako. Hindi, mamamatay na pala uli ako.
Wait lang.
Hindi ako nag-heal kahit ano, kahit hindi busog.
Nag-glitch?
Di ko alam eh. Ano siya, delay.
More speed.
Saka ina-atake ako ng mga maliliit na wolf niya eh. Wala, dali ako. Stay ako dito, tignan ko kung atake siya.
Nakatingin sa akin eh.
Okay, diba?
Okay na po.
Maliit na lang siya eh, yung buhay niya eh.
Bakit dito pa rin siya? Ayun, nawala. Bigla siya nawala.
Nawala, pero andyan yung bulaklak.
Wala yung bulaklak.
Ibig sabihin tumakas siya.
Ay, so ulitin natin?
Ulitin natin.
Oh shoot, seryoso?
Oo. Yung parang nag-warp lang siya.
Hindi, napatay ko siya. Pero wala yung bulaklak, tapos frozen pa rin tong lugar. Weird. It's weird. I killed them. I killed them. I killed them.
Ibig sabihin tumakas siya.
Possible.
Papalit nga ako ng set. Ay, dalawang animo na nga to. Ang bilis ang bilis naman mapagod. Palitan ko na nga yung isa.
Sad. Sad talaga.
Wala, ulitin ibig sabihin. Kung hindi ko makita yung sword dyan,
Knights and
Yeah, yung sword.
aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail.
wala. Ano, tali ibig sabihin.
Teka lang, teka lang.
Hindi, antayin lang natin si Nel. Andun pa eh. Wala nang resin. Kahit yung mga ano niya, original resins, wala.
O, naubos na. Kapalit ako kuha yung susunod
Ay,
na
original.
level ng ano eh.
Fragile pala, wala nang fragile.
Oo. At yung
Hindi ko
inaasahan ko
ginamit
makukuha
yung-
ko is sa ano eh, sa BP, sa Battle Pass.
Ah, okay. Ito nga lang, kakakuha ko lang ng battle
Ayun,
pass ngayon.
40.
15
May
pass
nakuha
eh.
ko. Wait lang. Ay, hindi. Ano pala to? Standard wish to. 45 pa ako makakaulat ng frag. Ito ako mag-wish sa ano mo, sa lugar mo. Standard lang naman to. Ay, umalis si Yanel. Okay na.
Okay, kaya lang. Palit tayo ng ano.
Umalis si Nel. Okay, papalit din ako ng party. Sige.
Ano yung party? Seryoso yun na to. Sige yan.
Dala ko ng healer, no?
Sige. Dalawang dilok.
Sige,
Ay, hindi,
ito.
mahina dilok ko eh. Ano lang,
Reduced to just
pang
standing
increase lang na
around.
attack.
How abs-
Pyro. Tapos...
Para akong cryo. Cryo ko.
may matinong healer ba ako?
Umalis yung isa. Ang kulit.
Cryo. Ay, hindi. Ito. Palitang si...
Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show.
Jungling.
Just smile and nod along.
Ayun. Dating team. Dilok Shangli.
Oh.
Weird.
Hindi na damage. Teka lang, tinanggal ko ata ulit artifact ko.
Nino? Si Shang?
Hindi, ano.
Crush!
Hindi. May ako nakikita ng kung ano.
Shudder!
Alam ko nag-update ako kasi nilagay ko pa yun, ano. Nilagay ko ng art kay Hoot.
Beg for mercy.
Ewan ko si Dilop yung tinanggalan ko ng art.
Shudder! Freeze to the core! Beg for mercy.
Oh yun, nasa... Nel, katabi mo na si Aso.
Pumasok ba siya?
Napasok siya pero katabi na niya yung ano. Ito. Nasa gera ka na katabi.
Nasa gera na agad.
Where did I go?
Ah shit, patay ka. Gina ko pa rin.
Shudder!
Ah tama ito. Tinanggal ko mga kasi nilagay ko kay Hutaw yung...
Crush!
Hindi kasi gumagalaw sa globe eh.
More speed.
Ito naman si Eula.
Shudder! Nice and spicy.
Wala akong may tutulong tayo na. Oo, naka-ano siya eh. Nakaganyo siya.
Beg for mercy.
Ano ko na lang, auto-attack. Wala, full HP na ako kagad. Ay, full ano.
Ako din eh. Check na.
Busog na. $40 seconds pa para makapag-revive ako. Ayun nga, may ano, nakita ko 50 Pyronados. Patay kagad si Andres.
Grabe.
Yun nga lang, nakatakbo siya. So nawala rin yung mga
Nag-burst
Pyronados.
pa talaga si Ned eh.
Ayun, RJ, kunin mo na yung seal eh.
Shudder!
Kinakasak ko.
Press.
5 seconds pa.
More speed.
Kailangan lang lumayo ni ano eh, ni Nel para makapagpalit siya ng character eh.
Nalabas na ito na.
Good
Ayun,
grief.
may Pyronado
Yan,
na pala
yan.
ako. Pyronado.
Visibility is excellent. If we head to higher ground, we can do a full recon of enemy activity in the area.
Epekto daw ng cryo kaya ano, ang baba ng stamina.
Hoy, tumigil ka kangal-ngal dyan. Anong problema mo?
Maximum HP or fullness na ako eh.
Ako din, hindi ko ako makapag-ano. I'm coming, I'm coming.
More speed.
Mag-auto-attack na anak tag ito si ano.
Ay, kaya ko na tumakbo. Pero busog pa rin. Ilang ano pa ako. 20 seconds para makapag-revive. Yung mga characters na hindi ko na ginagamit yung ano eh. Nilagay ko bigla. Nababasag ba yung mga pillar dun sa gilid?
Hindi.
Hindi ko ginagalaw yan, tinitignan ko lang.
Ay, nakapagpalit siya ano.
Get to the tape, crush!
Gives me no excuse.
More speed.
Nagtatawag ito yung mga aso niya.
Ayan, totoo na to.
Ayun, totoo na nga. Wala, buntot lang yung nakuha ko.
Eh,
2 buntot. Nakuha ko yung ano, kanina,
wala kahit ano.
prototype.
Wala. Last week wala din ako.
Last week ba ako nakakuha ng prototype na ano na libro? Hindi ko ma... Ano eh.
Rack and ruin.
Ano ba kayo na pale flame pa?
Eh, wala na akong gagamitin. I mean, wala na akong resin.
Wala na resin. Wait lang.
Gagawin ko na yung ano, yung...
Ano?
Pangalan nito? Yung trials.
Di ba mamaya ako mag-farm? Okay. Ano, exit ko na rin ta. Sanin ko. Exit ko. Wala, ano, may ano, napapunta ako sa, ano, kusina, meron. Sige, usap tayo may.
Sige.
Ay.
Bye. Okay. Let's do trials for Misty Dungeon. Trial tayo. Melee trial. Shields, okay.
Let me slow.
Put your back into it now. Fulfill my duty. It isn't time for a break yet.
Back off!
No slacking off. Not breaking a sweat. I must counterattack.
Speed of...
My work finished. This is bad. My duty at an end. Another job.
To ashes!
That tingle? Picked the wrong test subject. Fry the wrong test subject. Fry.
Let the show be.
Pay your dues.
No.
Prepare yourself.
Don't blink! Hey!
You can't run from death.
Let's dance! Eyes on me! Take this! Shadows of fate! Speed of light! Delve into destiny! Back at ya! Back off! I'll protect us. Back at ya! To ashes! Not bad. Shadows of fate. Don't blink. La, 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 la. Let the show begin. Speed up. With sword comes shadow. Oh. Back off! You haven't decided my destiny. Power that ended Python. Nowhere to hide. Delves into Don't blink. Hey!
Want a taste of my
Shadows
hammer?
of fate.
Burst forth!
Incoming.
Should replace my hammer. Taste of my hammer.
Speed up. here to play.
Coming to be.
Shadows of fate. Incoming.
Burst forth.
Over here.
Come into being.
Resistance. Shine. Speed of the
Burst forth. Ha. Yeah. Ta. Ta. Ha. Ha. Ta.
Go, Barbara! I'll protect us. Leave my space! Delve into... Don't blink! Hey! Speed of light! Go, Barbara, go! Yeah. Yeah. Go, Barbara, go! Let's dance.
Feel this ancient power. Come into being. Yeah.
Let me scribe.
Burst forth. Ta.
Don't blink. Cut to the chase.
Come into being. Ha. Yeah. Moment of birth. Yeah.
Delve into... My reckoning
Oh,
has come. shadow.
Feel this ancient power.
Ready, steady, go! Speed of light! Hey! Ha. Cut to the chase! Ha. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Incoming! Ha. Hit. Ha. Don't blink! Let me scrub!
Burst forth. Witness my great undertaking.
Fate is upon me! Speed of light!
Can't run!
With sword comes shadow!
Looks like I went too far. You need to hurry up.
Shadows of...
An unfortunate fate. Live! Feel this ancient power.
Don't blink!
Coming to be. Burst.
let down.
Witness my great undertaking! Live! Burst forth! Come into being!
Decided by destiny.
Moments of birth! Burst forth! Witness my great undertaking! Come into being!
Another test subject.
Written in the stars. Leave my space. Nowhere to hide.
Wasn't done. Freeze! Burst forth! Moment of birth! Live!
Let the show begin. Come on, we can do it.
Coming to be. Witness my great undertaking.
Cut to the chase. Let me scry. Don't blink. Shadows of incoming. Hey. Don't blink. Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Let's stay.
Live!
Let me scry. Decided by destiny.
Feel this ancient power.
Killjoy, we've only just begun. Have a load of this.
Burst forth.
Shouldn't get careless.
Live!
Toxifying heat. You need to
Let
hurry
the
up.
show begin.
You can't run. This one's well done. This Killjoy is fried.
Written in the stars. With sword comes shadow.
Death.
Coming to be!
Shadows of fate. Fate is upon you.
Moment of birth!
Incoming.
Burst forth!
Cut to the chase.
Guess we can rest a bit.
Yeah, let's do Eula's story.
Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. I know you must be busy. Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with. Yes, it has been one thing after another recently. Neither myself nor any of the Mondstadt garrison are able to catch a moment of peace. I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with the Fatui.
The Fatui? Again? But who are the Lawrence clan?
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city. The hard-won freedom that followed with the fall of Decarabian was lost once again as slavery spread throughout the land. The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system and established the Knights of Favonius, leading Mondstadt to become the city that you see today. The aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
Oh, Paimon gets it! So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more dubious deeds.
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help us further investigate this matter. Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and the aristocracy have been at odds with one another for as long as I can remember. We've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences, but it seems the descendants of the aristocracy remain antagonistic towards the Knights. No matter what stance we take when dealing with them, the outcome is always the same. Our efforts only result in adding more fuel to the flames. We could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant, but if the investigation were to come up empty, I'm afraid tensions and distrust would only increase. All of our past efforts would have been wasted. You are in fact the best candidate to represent the Knights of Favonius. But you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. You're a traveler from a distant land, and you can approach the aristocrats in this way. Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn more of their possible connections with the Fatui.
Whoa, leave it to Master Jean to come up with such a thorough plan!
Perhaps such plans have become second nature after all the diplomatic issues I've dealt with. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be found strolling near the northern city walls. It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition, but if we approach him calmly, then things should go off without a hitch. Thanks again for your help. If you run into any snags along the way, I'll do anything in my power to support you.
Huh? Who are you?
Hello, we're here to...
Hello? Did I hear you correctly? Hello? Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me in such an ignoble and vulgar manner? Given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. I'll have you know that you are speaking with the Schubert Lawrence, a blood descendant of the magnanimous nobility. If you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Such nonchalant manners are inadmissible and will never do. Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your negligent actions, and give me a proper introduction. That is the appropriate etiquette.
That's etiquette? Paimon's never heard of something so complicated before.
Huh. In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic courtesy when greeting a nobleman. And neglecting your manners would result in a swift whipping. But look at the world now. Rules have been thrown to the wayside and manners forgotten. I cannot bear to see such degradation. What did you say? You dare question the dignity of the nobility? I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are looking for a chance to restore our rightful honor. Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. I, however, strive to retain the elegance and etiquette of the nobility. After all, we are of a completely different breed by birth. Save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. I have nothing to discuss with the likes of you. Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct commoners on basic courtesies. Now I have more pressing matters to attend to. I'll take my leave.
Ugh, so this is what Master G meant by difficult to get along with. Let's head back and talk things over with her.
Oh, that doesn't sound very good.
Well, if it isn't the honorary knight. I'm just on my way out to gather some intel. I didn't expect to run into you here. Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have run into some trouble.
Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seem to have run aground for the moment.
No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as planned. Even I can't guarantee useful intel every time I'm dispatched. You just have to keep at it and never give up. Hey, why don't you let me try to help? What's the problem?
Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Schubert Lawrence. But it turns out that he's a peculiar character that doesn't listen to anyone, especially Paimon.
Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess, he said you didn't have any manners. I've been on the receiving end of his lectures many a time. The Lawrence clan can be very particular about such things.
You mean everyone in the Lawrence clan is just a big headache?
As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. I understand their thinking, but that's just not how things are anymore. However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan, my good buddy, Eula.
Buddy?
That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonia's 4th company. Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. She has her own beliefs and it shows. In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her family. However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you meet her.
That's strange. If Eula is a member of the Lawrence clan, then why would Master Jean choose us for the task? Couldn't she just ask Eula?
Well, it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence clan has frowned upon the fact that Eula joined the Knights. Her family members don't particularly care for her. In their eyes, Eula is nothing but a traitor to the family. She's very easy to get along with. Just explain the situation, and I'm sure she'll help you come up with a way to get along with Schubert. In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning. You should be able to find her around Storm Bear Mountains.
Thanks, Amber. All right, you heard her. Let's go find Eula.
Good luck, you two. I've got my own matters to investigate.
Who would have guessed the Knights have a member of the Lawrence clan? conduct of the Lawrence clan, who better to ask than one of their own family members? The Fatui! What are they doing here? Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later!
Crush! Get all you got? Looks like too far.
I condemn you!
Must counterattack.
Beg for mercy.
You need to hurry up. This was well done.
Shudder!
You need to hurry up.
Eye for an eye.
Roasted fry. Fuel's clogged. Let's end this quickly. Stay right. I guess this is it.
Comes Eula. Ah, broken pines. Talang tapos nakakaroon ng pinagkakataas, diba? Nice. Nice.
You don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you? Do you have any idea how long I've been tracking these targets? And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first? Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
What?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are making quick work of them too. If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit. Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand what you mean, but thanks for your concern.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch-enemies?
Arch-enemies? minute. You were saying how glad you were that we were unscathed a second ago.
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort 2 strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt. Which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swifter still.
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
Yes, that's me.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange. Although at least we can communicate with her.
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by normal standards. Speaking of which, how do you know my name?
This is the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. And speaking of rude, we're trying to investigate an aristocrat named Schubert Lawrence. He's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even willing to speak with us.
I understand now. That's my uncle, all right. But why do you mean to investigate him? I see. You have some nerve defaming a family member right in front of me. I will have vengeance for this too.
No. This is an assignment from Master Jean. It's just an investigation, that's all.
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt, everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum. It's natural for rumors and unwarranted gossip to lead to such suspicion.
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless rulers of Old Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yet another transgression to avenge.
But didn't you say it first? Oh.
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. It's been a while since I've encountered anyone as interesting as you. I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you finally be able to communicate with my uncle, correct?
That's right. Amber told us to come and talk to you.
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We'll require other people. We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the acting Grandmaster's assignment, and Amber's the one who recommended me, I should comply.
I'm confused. This girl's all vengeance this and revenge that. But she doesn't seem the least bit angry. Still, Paimon has met bigger weirdos before.
Ah, you finally arrived. There's no time to spare, so we'll begin with our first lesson.
Wait, hold on. There's something we need to clear up first. Otherwise it'll keep bugging us.
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the ones who can't let things go. Don't worry, there's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the mood for any right now. Best save it for later.
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start in the right order. Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have so much to take care of, wouldn't it just be easier to give us a clean slate?
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspecting my uncle. All worthy of vengeance in my eyes. But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, a man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack. If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless. But if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should bear the full punishment. I'm sure you understand. Good. Now, there are two key points that aristocrats attach great importance to: your manner of speech and your bearing. Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique way of carrying conversation, even with mundane daily topics.
Oh, Paimon's already learned some unique conversation. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others strange? It seems you don't respect the rules of your own clan.
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. Here, allow me to demonstrate. For example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn, so do I greet you, my dear friend."
As the morning dew does what now?
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, the party with whom you're speaking must be of approximately the same status as you. Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value, yet also suggests that friendship between aristocrats is pure like water. Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
But didn't you just say "my dear friend" in your example? Paimon's confused.
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used towards certain friends with whom one is acquainted, but not particularly close. It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. So, another thing to remember. Aristocrats are concerned with face and being polite. However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to estrange them. This is only the first step in making a greeting. After addressing one another, you then exchange courtesies.
Wait! This is all too abstract. Perhaps it would be better if you gave some real-life demonstrations.
Ah, very well. Come with me. We'll choose some bystanders to converse with.
I wonder what it's like.
Oh, you're Eula of the Lawrence clan, right? This can't be good.
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility... what comes next? Oh, right. By solemnly kneeling to the ground with utmost sincerity.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails of anything you're saying.
Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always takes precedence. Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so graciously toil. How dare you speak in such a manner?
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange? The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do, just beat it. Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence clan. And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely with any one of their like in Mondstadt. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any longer.
Hey! Don't leave! Halt! Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Wow, the Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much. Let's find someone else. You there, lowly toiler. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility, and solemnly kneel to the ground with utmost sincerity. Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the next words. Ah, right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in status. Oh dear, I've already stared at you for quite a while. Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient. I shall continue. Oh, wait. I think there's a line for people with rude attitudes in this situation.
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear. Then again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Again? What's with this attitude?
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. Let's try to find someone else to talk to. I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine. You there, lowly worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you. I mean, seriously, can't you just take a hint?
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any trouble.
I know she's a Knight of Favonius, and that the Knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but the name Lawrence carries too much weight with it. Even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still scheming to reclaim Mondstadt and reinstate their aristocratic rule. And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just to put on an act? Don't you care for the feelings of us ordinary folk?
You have a point. But mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here, I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge a complaint with the Knights of Favonius. I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that I'm serious. Listen here, if you don't want things to get more unpleasant, then you'd better just stop.
Forget it. There's no point in quarreling any further. Let's go. It's all right. This happens quite often. Let's find someone else to talk to.
Paimon thinks we've seen enough now. Let's just stop. Actually, Paimon thinks we should apologize for asking you to demonstrate for us. We had no idea the feelings between the Lawrence clan and the people of Mondstadt were so bitter.
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even 3-year-olds know the story. I see this kind of attitude all the time. Don't worry. What with me being a Knight of Favonius, they're usually willing to speak a few words with me. Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today. Believe me, it's not a big issue.
So this is the way things are normally for you? There's no need for them to direct their anger at you personally.
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when your family has committed atrocities, I'm afraid there's no easy path to reconciliation. As memories are carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation to the next. It is now my turn to bear this burden. At least I have a means of living a relatively normal life compared to the elders of my family. I have nothing to be discontented about.
Yeah, why were you so willing to try and demonstrate for us?
Oh, that reminds me. That last person will not escape my vengeance either. Let's leave it at that. Just think of it as something I like to do. But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations. It seems we have no other choice but to find more people to talk to.
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing gets in our way on an adventure. Paimon thinks we got the gist of it now. Right? Right? We'll just have to roll with it for now. Let's just keep Eula from getting anyone else riled up.
Well then, I'm glad you learned something. You're already halfway toward mastering aristocratic conduct. A proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else. It stems from their taste for refinement. But we must also practice your bearing. I have a very effective way of training for this. Come with me to Dragonspine. More speed.
It's so cold. Does aristocrat training really need to be done here?
If you wish to, for example, you can see that part of the path up ahead is quite difficult to traverse. But a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly proceed forward, but do so without a stain on their garment and their elegance fully intact.
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrats and entered the realm of adventuring. Compared to what we've already seen, this should be a piece of cake. Uh-huh. This is where you can finally apply some of your adventuring knowledge.
You look pretty confident this time. All right, let's get started. Remember, you must be graceful and elegant. Don't get knocked or launched into the air. That would be most unsightly. That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to... It'll be difficult. Remember. Beg for mercy.
This?
That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again.
Seriously now? What?
Life goes on.
Shortcomings. Freaking kidding me, dude.
It'll be difficult. Remember.
Won't get knocked down or launched to the air. For real. Shout out to 3 viewers. Thank you so much for being on the stream, guys. It's a weird story though. Can't get any damage. Whoa! What? Got pushed.
That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to
Seriously
worry.
now.
Head back to the starting point and try again.
I'm gonna hit this girl.
It'll be remember.
Yeah, let's do this again.
That won't do. You've exposed your
Yeah, I know,
shortcoming.
I know,
It'll
I
be
know.
difficult. Remember. Go. That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings.
I hate it.
No
I
need to
hate
worry.
it.
Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be remember. Shudder! Yeah. Ha. Crush! Yeah. Beg for mercy. Yeah. That won't. It'll be difficult at first, but the key is to remain patient. Let's try again. Remember. That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. It'll be difficult. Remember. Life goes on. won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be difficult. Remember. That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be remember. That won't do. You've exposed your shortcomings. No need to worry. Head back to the starting point and try again. It'll be remember. Not bad. A lot better than I had anticipated, at least.
Paimon almost didn't make it through. Whew. Good thing we didn't get stuck. So, are we aristocrats now?
Don't flatter yourselves. We've only just begun. This scenario was relatively simple. In the face of a real battle, one would seldom have a chance to stop and evaluate the situation. There's a ley line monolith just up ahead that will attract nearby monsters. True elegance is the ability to calmly yet swiftly make decisions in the heat of battle. My family set only the highest expectations for me, even as a child. Let's proceed, shall we? This is the ley line monolith. Go ahead, activate it. But be careful not to get launched into the air or frozen while fighting. That would be most unsightly.
Time for retribution! Ha! Ha!
Well done. Your performance was most impressive. And you managed to remain calm even in these grueling dragon spine surroundings. I'm starting to wonder if even I could have done the same. Given such an outstanding performance, it seems there is little left for me to teach you.
Like Paimon said, adventuring is our specialty. So, that's it for our training, right? Then let's get out of Dragonspine before Paimon turns into a popsicle. Ooh.
Hold on. I was commending the Traveler's performance just now. You, on the other hand, seem to have made no progress at all.
What? You mean Paimon was also part of the training?
Yes, of course. You were frantically flying and dashing about throughout the entire thing. Not an elegant sight at all. Did you even listen to anything I was trying to teach you?
Hey! That's not true! Paimon was just focusing on you the whole time!
Whatever the reason, not heeding my instructions. A cause for vengeance, perhaps. Now, drink this.
Huh? What is it? Are you trying to poison Paimon?
Certainly not. It's warm milk. Didn't you just say that you were freezing? Drink it and it'll help warm you up.
Oh, thank you. Are you still planning on the whole vengeance thing?
If I wasn't, then why would I care about you being cold? If you turned into a Paimon popsicle, that would ruin my plans for vengeance now, wouldn't it? So, dear friend, don't die on me out here.
Ah! Paimon knew something was off!
All in the name of vengeance. No need to thank me. Now then, given that your training is complete, it's time we return to Mondstadt. Our last step will be preparing a cordial gift to present to my uncle when you meet him. I already have something in mind. Let's pay Sarah a visit at Good Hunter.
Faster? Okay, faster. Faster? Okay, faster. More speed. More speed. Life goes on.
Listen, as long as you stick to your own path, it doesn't matter what Mother Nature throws at you.
Have you heard?
The rite of parting? Did something terrible happen again?
Oh, hey, Eula. I see you've met the honorary knight.
We meet again, Amber. Caesar just bound to run into you these days.
Well, I just got back and was thinking about grabbing a bite at Good Hunter. But now that you're here, why don't we all eat together?
Very well. It's been some time since we've last shared a meal together. Come, take a seat. We can discuss my uncle's gift while we eat.
Yes? Is there something else you'd like to order?
Could you please prepare a serving of my uncle's favorite, gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut? We'll take it as a gift to him later.
Coming right up. It'll take some time to prepare. I'll have it here at the counter once it's ready.
Hold on a moment. Is this satisfying salad also something that Amber ordered?
No, she didn't order it. But because she didn't order any vegetables, I thought I'd throw in a salad on the house. You know, to contrast all the meat dishes.
So, we clearly didn't order this, yet you prepared it without authorization. Mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
You're gonna take revenge on her for giving us a free salad?
You should know me by now. That's the kind of villainous character I am. Well then, please wait a moment while I get the dish for your uncle started.
Delicious unauthorized delicacies. Sarah will pay for this.
Why would you choose gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut as a gift for your uncle? Hyman's never even heard that dish before.
This dish isn't actually on Good Hunter's menu. Only long-standing patrons such as my uncle would know about the dish. The old aristocrats seem to take a liking to it.
Because of the sour flavor of the sauerkraut, not too many people are fond of it these days. I guess it's become less popular over time. Eula treated me to the dish once, and I couldn't even finish a bite. I've nicknamed it gebratenes Fleisch mit Vengeance ever since. Ugh.
I never expected us to have such completely different tastes in food. If I weren't in such a good mood, I'd say that constitutes grounds for transgression. Of course not. It's hard to find someone in Mondstadt that attracts contempt as much as she does.
It's fine when you're just joking between us, but I'm afraid our honorary knight might misunderstand you. Eula's always talking about vengeance, but that's just how she is. It's nothing you should take too seriously.
But I am serious, and I'll remember every transgression committed against me. Ugh, it's no wonder so many people dislike you.
Hyman's starting to realize that Eula is actually a very good person. There's no need to be so awkward when you want to say something nice.
Listen, you've never been labeled as a social pariah, have you?
Well, no?
So that's why you wouldn't understand how hard it is for a bad person to try to be good. It's impossible for me, and I have no intention of acting like a good person. All right, no need to look so sullen. I'm just kidding. Come on, let's eat. The food is getting cold.
Oh, I'm stuffed. I'll see Sarah about the bill.
No need. I've left the mora under the plate. If you try to settle it with her in person, she won't accept payment for the salad. Don't underestimate my ability to exact revenge. Sarah won't get the upper hand this time. All right, next you should pay my uncle a visit. He has a small camp at the top of the mountain near Springvale. He usually whiles his time away there when there's nothing else to do.
Aren't you coming with us, Eula?
I'm afraid that wouldn't be very convenient for me. It'd be better if you two went alone. Ah, yes. Please do remember to pick up the dish from Sarah.
I still have more recon to do in the wilderness. Well, until next time.
Let's meet again. What an interesting bunch you are.
Here, the Gebratinus Fleischmitz sauerkraut is ready to go. Be sure to eat it while it's hot, otherwise the flavor will be spoiled. And by the way, don't worry too much when Eula says strange things. She's actually a very good person.
Paimon's been meaning to ask. No one could stand the sight of Eula when she was trying to speak with the others in Mondstadt earlier. But she seemed to get along fine with you and Amber just now. What's up with that?
The people of Mondstadt don't take kindly to anyone bearing the Lawrence name. They are unable to see past her family, therefore they don't actually see Eula for herself. So no matter what Eula tries to do, it's seen as a wrongdoing. It essentially strips the meaning of anything she tries to accomplish.
How come you're able to see Eula differently then?
Well, when she joined the Knights of Favonius, it caused quite an uproar. Many people signed a petition demanding that the Knights reverse their decision. At the same time, numerous members of the Lawrence clan crowded the entrance of the Knights of Favonius headquarters, clamoring for Eula to give an explanation.
Whoa, so both sides were unhappy.
That's right. So you can imagine how determined Eula must have been under circumstances. But thanks to Grandmaster Varka and the unwavering attitudes of others in the Knights of Favonius, they were able to quell the unrest. Tensions still remain beneath the surface, I'm afraid. In the eyes of the people, she's a stain on the Knights of Favonius, and in the eyes of the Lawrence clan, she's a disgrace to her family. But she simply fulfills her duty as a knight, silently helping one person after another, myself included. People like Eula should be approached with care and understanding. She could stand to be treated a little more fairly. I believe a day will come when things will get better.
Once everything's settled, we should go talk to Eula again. Paimon thinks we know how to communicate with her now.
I'm glad. I think that would make her very happy, though she might not ever admit it. Take care. Please come again.
More speed.
The tent seems to be pretty tattered, but there's a really fancy chair. Could this be another aristocratic custom?
Ah, it's you again. I thought I had rid myself of you two. A few humble words, huh? Yes, that sounds appropriate enough. Very well. I'm certainly not one to be narrow-minded. I'll overlook your previous misconduct for now and listen to what you have to say.
Wow, this guy thinks so highly of himself.
It appears I have misjudged you. Supreme brilliance. The glory of the nobility that continues to this day. A true loyalist. Impressive. My intentions were to test your humility. It appears you have become well-versed in our etiquette.
Oh, so he was testing us. Sheesh, what an ordeal.
Your conduct is satisfactory. I must say, such progress in such a short time is practically unfathomable. If I may ask, from whence did you learn such a civilized manner of speech? Ah, good. Very good. You are bright, and compared with the common folk of Mondstadt, you certainly have potential. If you were of aristocratic blood, your prospects would be promising indeed.
By the way, we brought a gift. Ahem. Paimon means we would like to present you with a small token of our goodwill.
Could this be? Gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut? It's evident that your sentiment is genuine. As a young person nowadays, only with no small effort could you achieve such a dish. It's been so long since I dug into a big, tasty... I beg your pardon. What I mean to say is, since it's nearly mealtime, I shall partake. Ah, yes, this aroma, just as I remember it, and this exquisite sour flavor. A delicacy that only us noblemen and women could appreciate.
Now even Paimon's starting to wonder what it tastes like.
I acknowledge your genuine goodwill. Such sincerity must certainly imply that you come bearing a request. Wait, so you've come to know of this, too? It was meant to be a family secret. Well, considering your meticulous etiquette, you must be a talent of unusual fortitude. I'm willing to place my full trust in you. Please, come with me. We happen to be in need of competent fellows like yourself. To see some friends from a distant land. They have offered their assistance in restoring the Lawrence clan to its former glory.
So he trusts us solely based on your etiquette.
Well then, let's get going, shall we? You'll understand everything in due course.
Do you think his friends are the Fatui? Things will get sticky if the Fatui happen to recognize you. What should we do?
Huh? Why have you put on a mask all of a sudden? Even if they are powerful, our status is much higher than theirs in the land of Mondstadt. And therefore, we shouldn't allow them to admire our true faces so easily. I see.
Good thinking. Paimon thought for sure they'd recognize us.
Let's proceed, shall we? I'll introduce you as my guest. As you'll see in a moment, there are many already helping us. I heard that this area had already been purged once by the Knights of Favonius, but it's the only place around Mondstadt that is well concealed and spacious enough. Although it has fallen into disrepair and does not suit the tastes of the nobility, we simply have to make do for now.
Sorry, can we walk any faster?
Of course not. An aristocrat always moves with grace in his steps. Moving hurriedly is unacceptable.
As expected, it's the Fatui!
As expected?
Because we always see them around the city. They must be very powerful.
Huh. Nothing more than foreign ruffians with power and the ability to flaunt it. But they are favorable business.
Hold it right there! Who's this?
If you really must know, they're my guests. If you happen to offend them in even the slightest, then you will be held accountable by the Lawrence clan.
But this matter is of utmost secrecy. We must exercise caution.
You dare question the ways of a nobleman? I don't have time for this. Make way.
No need to sound all high and mighty like that. Fine. You may proceed.
Good thing you're with us. They don't dare to question you.
Of course. That is the benefit of prestige. In past times, it would be a dire offense to speak to a nobleman in such a manner. We could determine a person's fate with the blink of an eye. And such glory will return to me again before long.
Where have I seen this person before? And who, may I ask, is this? We mustn't bring just anyone in here.
This is our new ally that I've recently met. They are completely trustworthy. You have the word of the Lawrence clan.
Our plans are strictly confidential. It's not wise to bring in an outsider at this time. Furthermore, there's been word that an outlander who joined the Knights of Favonius has been very active in Mondstadt recently.
Don't be ridiculous. Besides, my guest is well versed in the etiquette of the nobility. I must treat them with the proper mutual respect. The Knights of Favonius pay no regard to such details. They could never understand the intricacies of our etiquette.
And what about this thing?
You mean Paimon?
Enough! You dare question my word? Need I remind you who it is who has made your activity in Mondstadt possible?
Hey, thank you for following, the like, and sharing. Erico Salvador. From Black Gaming, diba? Thank you.
Without the support of the Lawrence clan, you would have all been driven out by the Knights of Favonius like dogs. You must immediately offer your sincerest apologies to my friend. You've offended their honor.
Fine. I'll take your word and make no further inquiries. Now, to the matter at hand. Did you bring the diagram of Mondstadt's defenses as promised?
Oh, so that's what's going on here.
Yes, of course. Here it is.
Let me see. Why is it so poorly drawn? Everything's so squiggly and crooked. And what is this shape supposed to be?
Excuse me? I'll have you know that I went to great lengths to carefully draw this map by hand myself. That shape is the symbol of the Knights of Favonius.
I see. Crude, but I can make do. Are you able to verify that this is all reliable information?
Of course, you needn't worry about that. Don't forget what we agreed upon. The flag of the Lawrence clan will fly above the Knights of Favonius headquarters. The rights to that building, as well as the whole of Mondstadt, belong to the Lawrence clan.
Yes, we will both profit from this agreement. There's no use haggling over the details. We will make good use of the intel you provided. Also, be certain not to divulge our identity. There would be diplomatic consequences, you know.
Don't worry, this matter is only between you and I. And my new friend here. No one else will know of it. Once this is over, I shall stand atop the Favonius headquarters and rebuke their pathetic rule over Mondstadt. Then, the city and all its people will once again be under the rightful and unwavering rule of the Lawrence clan. Perfect. Just as it once was, and just as it should be.
May I remind you once again that we mustn't act rashly. That is all, for now.
Very well.
Huh? What are you doing?
That's right! It's the Honorary Knight and their trusty companion, Paimon! We're here to crush your evil schemes into dust! Dust!
So this was all just a ploy to deceive me!
It's your own fault! Who would put so much trust in someone based purely on their manners?
After so much planning, this is how it ends? Huh? We'll see about that!
Just as I expected. I knew I should have never trusted these foolish aristocrats. No matter, we already have the intel we need. Get them!
They're running off in different directions. Paimon remembers that this place is a dead end. Let's take care of the Fatui first and then deal with Schubert later.
To the core! Beg for mercy.
Let's end this quickly. Just catch
I condemn you.
Door is open. Let's go.
Don't touch me! Get out of my way! I'll leave on my own!
It seems we finally caught up with you. This place is crawling with Fatui. Oh, it's you. It seems your investigation went well.
Aha! I see now. So you're the one that taught them our etiquette. And I thought you despised such pleasantries. Furthermore, there is a rule in our family. Such traditions are never to be taught to outsiders.
Ah yes, rings a bell. So what? I had no reason not to teach them.
You have brought shame to our family and ruined my plans. It's all for naught now.
I know that you poured great efforts into these plans, Uncle. But you are well aware that it was not the right thing to do. As a Knight of Favonius, I could not overlook your actions.
Knight of Favonius? Let's get one thing straight. I am your uncle, and you are a member of the Lawrence clan. You should strive to restore your family's glory. You still have a chance. Defeat every Knight of Favonius here, and leave with me. Then I shall plead with the family to spare you and give you a new beginning.
So just to be clear, you want a Knight of Favonius to attack the Knights of Favonius?
I shall say this one last time. You are not a Knight of Favonius. You are a descendant of the Lawrence clan. The blood of the Lawrence clan flows in your veins. You must comply with the will of the family.
Since when have I ever complied with the will of the family?
Why, you unruly maid!
If anyone should be angry, it should be me. As a member of the Lawrence clan, you knowingly plotted against the city of Mondstadt and threatened its safety. Had you ever stopped to consider the trouble it would bring to so many people? Had you considered how many enemies you would make trying to keep the plans under wraps?
You dare lecture me?
That's right. In the name of the family that you so dearly revere, Uncle Schubert. I've never experienced the age of glory you always speak of, and I've never understood our family's incessant pursuit of it. But I am capable of discerning right from wrong, and I deeply understand what freedom means to the people of Mondstadt. The Lawrence clan should never and will never become what you've dreamed it to be.
Oh, the disgrace of it all! How could such a rebellious monster emerge from our own family?
Things are starting to get pretty hysterical here. Politeness and elegance seem to have gone out the window.
That's enough fuss for today. You two, take him away. The honorary knight and I have other matters to attend to. Given that you've already taken action, I assume you've come across some conclusive evidence?
Someone took a peek at their diagram. Your uncle had mapped out all of the Knight's patrol routes and marked out key information about Mondstadt.
And there was me thinking that he was just another elder of the family. And a lazy one at that. I never suspected he could stoop this low. So stubborn. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine. Let's discuss this later. Our first priority is recovering that diagram.
They're here! Stop them!
Crush! Beg for mercy.
So quiet. I must collect myself. I must counterattack.
Rack and ruin! Shudder!
You can't run! Well, neither can I. Let's move.
Crush!
Like I went too far.
I condemn you!
It's not surviving. I must counterattack.
Shudder!
Finally.
Crush!
Cook this through. Use this.
Rack and ruin! Shudder! Wheel of life.
End you.
Beg for mercy.
This is bad.
Vengeance will be mine. Crush. Shudder.
Guess this is it.
Crush. Life goes on. I condemn you!
This should be fun.
More speed. Freeze to the core! Shudder! Beg for mercy!
My duty at an end.
Shudder! Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail. Yeah! Ha!
That's where they put the diagram!
Us here, huh? I guess there's no other option but to fight!
Go.
Useless! You dare provoke me! Fatui, come forth and dispose of them!
Beg for mercy. Ha! Rack and ruin!
Can't run from
Yeah. Shudder! Ra- Ha! Tsk. Tsk. Ha! Eye for an eye! Ha! Ra- Crush! Ha! Ha! Ra- yeah. Shudder! This must be it. They may very well have already made a copy of it. But without my uncle as their puppet, there'd be no use in them attacking the city.
The Fatui wouldn't have relied only on your uncle.
True. But if their plan had hinged purely on taking Mondstadt by force, as opposed to with the help of a puppet, they could have spared themselves the trouble. The Fatui are dishonest, but they wouldn't go as far as to start an open war. Their opposition wouldn't just be Mondstadt alone. Anyway, I'll inform the acting Grandmaster. She'll know how to handle things from here.
Oh yeah! You suddenly appeared at just the right moment!
Yeah, about that. Because you stole my targets by attacking the Fatui I'd been tracking earlier, I came to exact my vengeance. You tried to do my job for me, and I'm here to return the favor.
Finally! After all this time, Paimon understands what you're saying! In reality, you sensed that something might happen to us during our investigation. You were worried about us and your uncle, so you brought a team to take a look.
My purpose was vengeance. Don't twist the story. You don't look too bright, but it turns out you have a knack for scheming. And mark my words, I'll remember that.
Hey! What do you mean Paimon doesn't look too bright?
You have seeded a deep enmity between us. Just you wait. Even if you were to be completely destroyed, I would never forget you.
Bring it on!
I like your fighting spirit. I'll take this diagram back to the Knights of Favonius and take it from here.
Sure. Well, see you around.
That you will. And make sure not to steal my targets next time. Rise. Crush! Rack and ruin! I condemn you!
Take your pick. You'll find no second rate.
Okay, hanggang dito lang muna guys. I'll be ending the stream now. Until the next stream, thank you so much for all who shared, commented, and liked the stream.
You want to
Have a
learn
great
some
day.
Favonia's blade work? All right then, I'll teach you.
Okay.
Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.
Bye, Eula.
You're also here for Mondstadt's wellness. I'll host an expedition at the Adventurers Guild. Fountain. Here are my wishes.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Just smile and nod along.